I think I met him in about 1996. And a friend of mine who lives in Kansas City, Myra Morgan, was known all over the country. But one day she called up and she said, I want you to come this weekend to Kansas City and meet your soulmate. And that was Bill Goldston. This little Oklahoma boy from Lindsay, Oklahoma, has museum directors from all over the world reaching out to him. He collaborates with the Queen of Norway, and they are very good friends, and they work on projects together. And so, I mean, he is big time in the art world.
He went to ULAE, Universal Limited Art Editions, and I believe it's one of his professors in grad school that was kind of the connection that knew the founder and then recommended Bill to work on a project. It wasn't a job, it was just like one project, and then the founder really liked Bill, really liked his mind, all his ideas, and so brought him on. And then yeah, he just kind of kept rising up from like a printer, and then worked with a lot of really, really cool artists. Kiki Smith, Robert Rauschenberg, Jasper Johns, like some of the really big name people that have amazing work, like at the Whitney and MoMA, and all that kind of stuff. So has been able to lead some really cool projects.
Bill is a fascinating story, but my first real substantive conversation with him was, he called me and he said, you need a museum. You need an art museum. And I get that about a lot of stuff. You need a new stadium, we need a new building, we need to do this or do that. Rarely do I hear what the second thing he said was, and I'm going to help you get it. Bill ended up being an investor in the museum, but what he really did so great was bring us exhibitions. And often the artists would come with the exhibitions. And it was really a genre of art that we just didn't have in Oklahoma. It really introduced our students and our patrons and our alums to a whole new world. The other thing Bill has done for OSU, and he's done this for years, is he has interns come to New York and actually intern for him and in his operation, and then he just introduces them around the art world in New York City, and it's a wonderful experience for anybody interested in that.
When they go there, Bill gives them a car, gives them a place to live, and he kind of forces them, because these are little kids that have never been to New York before, but he forces them to go in to Midtown to go meet these people, and they get to go to their studios, and they get to work with them in the studio as well. And he wants them to go to every one of the museums. And so he gives they don't just go there to work, they go there to experience New York and the art world and see as much as they possibly can. He's changed so many lives of these students at OSU, and I've known a lot of them.
I was looking at schools, out of state, and so eventually, just for a multitude of reasons, landed at OSU. Wasn't my first choice, but very grateful that I had that opportunity at all. Going to New York and meeting all these amazing artists and seeing these crazy galleries and museums that so many people from Oklahoma and surrounding states just are never going to be able to see. I would say that Bill taught me to stay curious and really immerse myself wherever I'm at. I'm in New York City, and then also technical practice of really getting to know the medium that you're working in.
A lot of the blue chip artists in New York were not printmakers. These people didn't know anything about printmaking, so he was part of that institution that invited them to come in and play and experiment and do things, and there was no one better than Rauschenberg and Jasper to challenge and ask questions, and he was this great problem solver because they would tell him what they wanted to do, and then he would figure out how to do it. And in doing that, created new processes for making prints.
Well, I think part of Bill's success is that he really loves what he does. Well, he's kind of like a bee in a bottle. I mean, he's just going. He's just going from here to there. And I don't even know how old Bill is, but I think he's probably moving a lot faster than the people his age. Moving faster than I am. I think it's the perfect rags to riches story. I mean, it's the great OSU land grant story of a kid coming from very little and making it to the top of the art world. I mean, I just don't know how many people from places like Lindsay, Oklahoma know the Queen of Norway. I mean, Bill he gets around. And it's exactly what the land grant mission is to give students an opportunity to be all they can be. And most students take advantage of that. And Bill really did.
I think Bill deserves to be inducted into the Hall of Fame because of his innovation, you know, his mind, and then just how helpful he is to students, to artists, really to anybody that comes by, because he, you know, wants to see people succeed.
Thanks for all you've done for the university. I can't do that into the camera. But Bill is one of the most positive people I've ever known, and that attitude goes a long way in achieving your dreams.
I think it's long past. I think he should have received it a long time ago. So I'm very happy that he is being acknowledged, and I feel blessed that somehow down the road I got to meet him and become his friend.